Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. A few months ago I created the facial bone mass video and I told myself maybe it's time to upload a more updated version that covers soft as well as hard methods to add more bones to your face. The knowledge in this video is from the facial bone mass book that just got updated. You can check the book out if you want to. Now, to understand why face burns are important, you have to know that your skin does not matter, your hair does not matter at all. What actually matters is what's under the skin, which shapes your face, and that's your bones. You can have excellent skin, but that wouldn't matter if you don't have a good bone structure. Now, this video will have three parts: hard moving and how to do that, facial pulling, and the most instant and effective part, which will be pharma grade tools that would grow out your bone tissues. I promise you that the knowledge in this video is found nowhere else on the internet. Now, you might have heard about mewing, which is like having your tongue on the roof of your mouth, but there's a more extended version of that, which is called hard mewing. Now, as you can understand from its name, it's hard. So, with hard mewing, you can just keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth, but you can also extensively apply excessive and hard pressure with the help of your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Let me make you understand with an example. It's like you're covering the roof of your mouth with something sticky and you have to do it hardly so the substance sticks to the roof. But the problem is that there's no substance in. But to make sure and to make it easier and not annoying, you can use a gum, especially a hard gum, and try to stick it to the roof of your mouth, especially the forward region, just before your front teeth. Do it as hard as you possibly can. That's what we know as hard moving. Now let's understand face pulling and how it can be helpful. So from its name, you might think you're somehow pulling your face, but that's close to what you do. Now this is also known as thumb pulling, but face pulling is a better word. Now sometimes your jaw is too narrow, or maybe your maxilla, which holds your teeth, is undergrown, or sometimes you have both of these problems. Now for a narrow jaw, you might need to keep your thumbs right behind the end of your moral teeth, like where your teeth ends. The moral teeth are the end of your teeth, like where your upper jaw ends. That's what you call the moral teeth. But make sure it's not on the side of the teeth, but on the jaw. Your teeth should not be affected by the placing of your thumb. And apply slow and gradual pressure on there. Do it for like 5 minutes a day, and I guarantee you will be start noticing results in just a week. Now that's for a narrow jaw. What about a recessed maxilla? So for a recessed maxilla, you have to do what's known as forward pulling. Now how to do that? You have to place your thumbs right behind the place of your front teeth. Again, make sure it's not on the teeth, and it should definitely not affect the teeth at all. Just the bone that holds your whole teeth, known as the maxilla. Slowly apply pressure to it, not too hard and not too soft. Now we will switch to a little more hard methods. And to be honest, this is for educational purposes and not for advice to implement on yourself, only for education purposes. Now, there's something called bone smashing. Now, some people say that bone smashing doesn't work, but I don't agree with them because the Wolff's law says that when you gradually apply pressure to a bone, it adapts to that stress, which means you're doing micro fractures into your facial bones to make them grow more stronger and thicker. This process is called bone smashing. Now, this is a very sensitive process. You don't have to do it with a hammer instead. Instead, you have to use some other mild solid object like a perfume case or maybe your own punches to apply pressure on your face. This works the best for the eye area, especially. You have to start slowly applying pressure with a solid object multiple times around the bones, not the skin or flesh, but the main orbital bones, which will gradually make them thicker. Second, you need to work on the cheekbones, where you slowly apply pressure with a solid object on the both of your zygomatic arcs. Then comes your chin. Now, once you combine facial pulling with bone smashing, that makes quite a lot of fractures in your face. Next step is to make the recovery faster and better. So you made the fractures, now it's time to recover the bone. Now, for this, there's a compound called BPC-157. It's basically a peptide. BPC-157 is a peptide or chain made of 15 amino acids, which in recent studies have shown a significant biological benefit on bone and tissue repair. Most people also use MK677 as to boost their growth hormone, which in return makes your bones recover faster, combining it with facial pulling and bone smashing. Alright, guys, that was it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and make sure to like and subscribe as I make these kind of videos on a daily basis.